Hello, chat. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Happy Sunday. Hello, everybody. What's up? Yo. Jihad. Yeah, we're here with more Deltarune. Sunday, but the sun isn't out anymore. Oh, sorry. Sun night. Moon night. I'm sorry. I just fucking realized, oh my god. Say that again? Oh my god. Fell for it again award. Alright. Caddy's dead. Yeah, true. Yeah, no, that's the best theory. Alvin Knight, who? Chris Knight, Vessel Knight? Nah, Caddy's dad. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. So, hold on. Sorry about that. Anyways. Time for that game that people like. Still no Nightbot Chase sub. Someone needs to correct this grave error. People like Deltarune. This is new. Yeah. Allegedly. People allegedly like this game. It's like some, like, hack fraud out there named Woofle D who likes this game, apparently. Alright, so anyway, let's play some Deltarune. Somebody stick to Woofle. Yeah, they're the real one. Here's an idea. Metaton Night. Wait, you're spitting. Hi, random guy. Hold on, they have a point. This Woofle D guy would never. True. Welcome back to my Deltarune casual Let's Play. I'm not a Chris Knight supporter. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. But if it is real, it does make everything retroactively way funnier. It just retroactively makes the king and queen fights way funnier. Which you have, in fact, met a ton of... Wait, hold on. Hold on. Her writing is this fire? I think we will know. Honestly, I'm still gonna say we probably won't know. We still probably won't know. I mean, we have yet to even physically meet the knight. The party has yet to, like, even, like, acknowledge that the knight is, like, a thing, basically. It's like, I think, like, they know about the knight, they know someone's opening Darkbounds. I don't think, like, they've ever actually, like, said, like, oh, we need to stop this knight guy, you know? Like, we aren't even at that part of the story yet. I'm really excited for more chapters. I just want to play more of this game. First crit, of course. Casual. We need more. We do. We do. We need more Lancer Susie interactions. Alright, you see the 4-turn was for the tactical Susie target. You see, I read the dust particles. I knew that Lancer was going to target Susie on turn 3. Where Susie roll exactly. You know what? Just need more character interactions in general. I'm not here to debate, like, Chris Knight or anything. I don't believe in it. I am not really gonna particularly care too much if it's real. Because, you know, I trust Toby Fox as a writer. Ultimate heal turns into ultimate killing and she kills... Wait, fire? Hi, welcome in. Oh no, I walked into a wall. My credibility. Oh my god. I didn't hear. Wait, that's true. But yeah, like, I don't have a ton of stock in, like, Knight theories or whatever. Doesn't really matter too much to me. Just because, you know, obviously I trust Toby. It's gonna be so funny if the knight is just a character we haven't met in the first 2 chapters, because that's still totally possible. Yeah, and that's why it could also just be a character we haven't met yet. We only have 2 chapters out of 7. It's very likely that the knight is somebody we just have not met yet. How did that make it? I mean, I'm not complaining, but... I didn't grab the key. Did I? Did I just do the puzzle and leave, or... Okay. Maybe I, like, just didn't interact with it. I don't know. Shit happens. I've lost runs in worse ways. Or I guess stupider ways, I guess would be the better thing to say. Shout out to forgetting to pick up the empty disc. You're in it for the love of the puzzle. Exactly. So on autopilot that my brain skipped past picking up the key once I finished the puzzle. Why is still Deltarune a non-official? It's because it's still only a demo. Speedrun.com does not consider demos like official releases. I know when the game was added, like, they didn't even, like, really like accepting game demos. Because I know Shay has talked about how, like, he had to fight to get the game on that site. That changes for most definitely, yeah. But yeah, I know Shay had to, like, fight to get this game on SRC at first. And someone saying that Deltarune will be real in 2 months. Yeah, I can't believe I've been playing a fake game for the past 6 years. There's actually more than 23. It's just there's only 23 submitted. Like, there's just only 23 unique people with runs right now. And that is because this is probably the hardest category. Mainboard category, at least. It's either that or, like, one of the Snowgraves. One of the Snowgrave categories. But I think this is definitely the longest mainboard category. And the fact that, you know, he also has to fight the 2 hardest bosses in the game, you know, that's a deterrent for a lot of people. And also, it's just, you know, something, people usually just don't run categories outside of, like, main route and, weird route. Because those are the 2 big ones. Most people stick with main route because that's the main category. And then, you know, weird route is also popular because, you know, it's basically this game's genocide route. So that's the one that people always, oh wow, look at these speedrunners, they can do the really hard fight easily. And, you know, that brings in the views. It's also, like, one of the more optimized categories, so. But yeah, most people just stick with main route. All recruits exist. You know, it's something that, like, depending on how the game treats it, it will probably become more interesting the more chapters there are. I mean, yeah, that's basically what I just said. It's this game's equivalent of genocide. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was called genocide because, you know, the closest comparison we had. It should be called the trauma route. I will say I'm kind of glad we're switching over to calling it weird route, because that's, like, as close to an official name as we get, because that's just what the variables for it are called in the code. And I think it fits. Because, you know, calling it Snowgrave is very, like, restrictive, I guess. It's like, it's correct for Chapter 2, because, you know, it revolves around Snowgrave. But we don't know if that's going to, like, be a constant thing throughout the whole route, so it's a good, so, you know. I mean, it could be worse. We could have called it any percent. You know, back before Door Warp, when Snowgrave was any percent. Weird Routes for the game as a whole, yeah. I mean, I feel like for consistency, it might be best to just rename Snowgrave to Weird Route once we have more chapters. You know, for consistency. Go, Box Tech. Who do you think, Weird Route? I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know. I don't know how Weird Route is going to work from here on out, so. Bruh. Box Tech into missing Rune 4. The classic. The Deltarune classic. I won't reset too many times to Rune 4 if I keep missing it. Yeah, we only have, like, one chapter of Weird Route. We literally do not know if that's how, like, every chapter Weird Route is going to play out. We can't just, like, make statements about the rest of the game based off of like, a singular chapter. Many people, yeah. Like, we can make, like, format predictions on, like, future chapters for the main route, because, you know, we have a pattern that formed with chapter 2, you know? You know, one dark world per chapter, you know, light world exploration. I mean, is it supposed to be set? Exactly. It's... You aren't doing Weird Route for a satisfying ending. You're doing Weird Route because you're trying to break the game. No unused, yeah. I don't, like, I personally, like, don't think, like, Weird Route is gonna be some, like, chapter by chapter manipulate X character to do Y thing. I feel like it's gonna, like, especially, like, with what we did with Noelle, I feel like it's gonna, like, focus a bit more on, like, your specific manipulations of Noelle, and, like, probably, like, your immediate party members. And then also, like, breaking the, like, the whole, like, breaking the game, you know. Obviously, you know, like, whatever Chris's relationship with us is going to be in Weird Route. I think Weird Route's gonna get a lot more of, like, it's gonna be, like, a lot more on the meta side. Like, main route's gonna be, like, a more traditional story. Obviously, it's gonna have its meta elements. Obviously. But, you know, main route's gonna be, like, a bit more, it's gonna be more traditional. But given that so far the conceit of Weird Route has been, like, us, like, breaking the game and, like, you know, breaking the story, you know, I think it's gonna get a bit more meta from that. I mean, just look at, like, what we already did in Chapter 2. You know, we killed, like, an important character. Like, even if, like, I don't think Burley's gonna be, like, a major character, you know, he's still important. And we kill him. And then also, like, the fact that, like, the game keeps, like, having to skip over tons of content and, like, having to, like, speed explain things to you. Thank you for good luck. And, like, also the whole thing with they're also desperately trying to put things back on track in Mansion. I feel like, you know what, thinking about it, I feel like, both the main route and Weird Route, like, main route eventually, because we're not there yet, it's too early in the story. But, like, I feel like both main route and Weird Route are gonna, like, revolve around, like, trying to break the prophecy in some way. And Weird Route is just, like, going about it in, like, you know, a, like, more literal, aggressive way. Like, one thing, we already have signs that, like, you know, characters are, like, we're already, like, going a bit off course from the prophecy. You know, obviously, like, Chris opening their own Dark Fountain, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Really everything was Susie in Chapter 1. And, like, you know, Weird Al's probably, you know, like, we're, like, breaking the prophecy by breaking the game. And deliberately steering it way off course. I forgot to get hit. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like, with Weird Al in Chapter 2, like, we were, like, the game will only just barely manage to, like, course correct. But, you know, we still fucked up the pieces, so later down the line... I think at one point it'll be... Yeah. And yet we'll still always arrive at the same ending. Which, you know, really makes you think. Yeah, Chapter 2 by itself only has one ending, no matter the route. Take two very different ways of getting to it, but it still ends all the same. Thank you for your luck. Yeah, that made it. Okay. Sure. I will not complain. Well, for a story as a whole. Yeah. Or at least, you know, like, how the story is supposed to go. Because, you know, I feel like, you know... I think, like, the fountain that Chris makes, I feel like that definitely wasn't supposed to happen. They don't make it up. Yeah. And maybe that means, like, maybe to Chris there's something more important in creating a Dark Fountain. You know? That, like, they're willing to take that risk. Susan Milk! And the pity target. By what the I'm assuming, like, by what the prophecy stipulates, as, like, that is what is supposed to happen. I just, you know, get the vibe from, Chris creating a dark fountain, that, like, that's something that wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, because, you know, we already saw Susie going against the prophecy just by, you know, existing and being herself. Dude, why they keep... Probably. I think there's definitely a reason Chris still made the Dark Fountain in a weird route. This is what the fuck is up with... No, I'm invested in that too. Don't worry. I'm invested in that too. I want to see my boy. I also want to see how Sans trolls us more. And, you know, also I just want to know Sans' whole deal anyway. Like, what the fuck is up with that guy? What does he know? Alright, this is just like a complete, like, shot in the dark. This absolutely qualifies as a crack theory. But what if the Dark World in Weird Route Chapter 3 is, like, different in a way? Because Chris created it under a different context. I don't even mean, like, you know, radically different. But, like, different in some way. Hi, Amity. Like, you know, maybe, like, assumedly, like, in main route, you know, just going off of all, like, the day one theories, like, Chris wanting to make a dark world so that, like, you know, they can keep going on adventures with Susie and, you know, have friends and whatnot. Which could, you know, probably be represented by, like, Toby saying that Chapter 3 is more gameplay focused and lighter in tone. Well, in Weird Route, you know, maybe they're making it for a different reason, so, like, something could be different about the Dark World. And maybe that's what, like, the Weird Route difference is. You know, since we don't have Noelle around to Snowgrave anybody. You know, unless she just decides to randomly wander into Chris's house in the middle of the night for no reason. Which, I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. Like, you see what I'm getting at? Like something this major leads to a light on story chapter. It could just be one of the things where it's just like, it's just like not dealt with until after they seal the fountain, you know? Because, like, you know, it's like, oh, Chris, you did a bad by doing this, but we'll deal with this after we deal with the immediate problem. You know, it could be like, sealing this fountain is more important than, like, you know, trying to figure out why you did it currently. I mean, yeah, it could also be the exact same regardless of route, but, you know. Oh, no, they did it, though? I mean... I mean, I always kind of just feel like Ralsei would know. I feel like Ralsei would just know. Like, obviously, you know, like, Susie or Toriel probably wouldn't know. Especially not Toriel now. But, like, Susie probably wouldn't know. And, like, even if, like, Ralsei doesn't know, I'm pretty sure at least one of the Darkners is gonna recognize Chris as the person who created the fountain. At least one of them. And that's probably what could reveal it to the party. I mean, I feel like if anything, Tenna would fucking know. Ralsei desperately trying to stay on script reminds me of someone. It's like some king of time loop. In Stars and Time? Do we even have yes, Spamton uses masculine pronouns for, Tenna in the sweepstakes. I know Tenna uses he, him, because this was literally a conversation we had on stream like 2 weeks ago. Where I asked the exact same question. It's on, like, the fucking Damn You Tenna page. Because that's what we were talking about at that moment. Ralsei crash out over Chris opening a fountain would be crazy. Yeah, it would be funny. What if Spamton is Mr. Nintendo because he doesn't like Tenna? What's this? The deed to my house. But yeah, I kind of like my idea for, like, what a Chapter 3 Riddler would be like. I'm not putting much stock into it. It's absolutely a fucking crack theory. It is absolutely a crack theory. I do not expect this to happen, but it would be cool. That time he tried to murder a teenager was worse. I can excuse child murder, but misgendering is crossing the line. We'll be there. I mean, we still don't know that. I mean, they in the time between Toriel calling the cops and her falling asleep, you know, they still hadn't showed up. And the police station isn't that far from the Dreamer house. I think the joke is that the police take forever. Yeah, this is because Undyne is stupid. Also, ACAB. I still believe that all chapters, all bosses. So true. Surely you can make an exception for Bluky. Maybe. Okay. Me when I look at chat instead of looking at the game. Alright, now I have to lock in. Ah! Menuing is hard. They're calling it the biggest throw you've ever seen. They're calling it the biggest throw you've ever seen. At that point, like, why even continue that fight? Everyone gets we yeah, true. True. Curdly canon real. Hi, welcome in. Queer platonic Curdly. And one of the anniversaries, yeah. I just Jockington grows a beard. You just said that. But honestly, I'm gonna be like, because I'm not expecting this at all, but it's gonna be like, if my crack theory about Chapter 3 Weird Route is right, that's gonna be so fucking crazy. I explained it earlier, but my crack theory was just that, because like my crack theory was just like, because it's possible that Chris is making the fountain in Weird Route under like a different motivation, because of what the player has done in the events of that chapter, then perhaps something about the Chapter 3 Dark World is different in Weird Route. Like, it's a crack theory. I do not expect this to happen, but Yeah, no, it just kind of came because because you know we were talking about like, you know, well first we were talking about like you know how Weird Route was just breaking the story in like a more direct way, and what would be like a more direct way of really breaking the story than like completely changing an entire Dark World just because of something you did differently. Cool, but how do you abort it? How do we know you can abort Weird Route? It's always possible that you're just locked in after killing Berdly. We don't know that. I mean, it probably could be something that you have to keep up, but we still don't know. That's how aborted Weird. I think aborted Weird Route is just gonna be like aborted Geno in Undertale, where like everything just kind of snaps back to main route. Yeah, but Berdly is dead. This is assuming like, well, if you can't abort Weird Route after killing Berdly, then you know. This is just like this is just like what this is just like I'm just throwing shit out there. Oh wait, yeah. Hi Jack, thank you for the look. Definitely just a wait and see situation. I do like my idea for Chapter 3 Weird Route, even though I do not think it is going to happen. You started and now you experience the consequences? Yeah. I imagine. Well, in Chapter 2, currently, it is locked in when you do Snowgrave. There are no abort points afterwards. Or at least no abort points that we currently know of. Because it's always possible that not viewing the hospital cutscene is an abort point, but I don't think that would be the case. It does progress Weird Route plot value. The optional hospital cutscene does progress Weird Route plot value, but it doesn't abort if you don't do it. I don't think Toby should reference Yellow. It would be cool, but I don't think he should. No, Yellow's. I mean, there's already another unintentional parallel between Yellow and Deltarune. They both have a rhythm minigame now. Hi, Ashley. I went really early. I'm surprised that worked. Calling that a parallel is a stretch. I mean, I'm just saying that in the same way that, like, both games also accidentally ended up with a Bluebird character in the second area. And then the third area has a rhythm game. not like anything. Yeah. And like I said, I really don't think it should be referenced. That's not Susie. That's not Susie. That's not Susie. There we go. On the fucking pity target. Overcomplicate everything though. Yeah. Like I said earlier in stream, like when we were talking about the knight, it's possible the knight is just somebody we haven't met yet. We only have 2 chapters. The knight can be Papyrus, we haven't met him. Yeah, like Toby himself said, it is a game that you are meant to play after Undertale. Now, what like he defines as like after Undertale, whether that just be getting the Pacifist ending or like at least seeing all the major and like all 3 major routes, we don't know, but it is something you play after Undertale. I am surprised that worked. I felt like I was really late on that. Geno and Undertale wasn't really an ending with it. So what I'm hearing is that it shouldn't be a part of AME then if it's not an ending. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I feel like right now, like the biggest thing that like you might want to know about from Undertale is just like probably some context with Gaster and maybe like Sans' secret room. Those feel like the 2 most pertinent things from that game, outside of like, you know, the basic plot. Yeah, I don't think this game is going to require you to play Undertale to actually, like, fully, like, to, like, enjoy the story, but, like, it's definitely highly recommended. You know, also, on the whole, like, crack theory, weird route stuff, this isn't even the first time I've done something like that where I know it definitely isn't gonna happen. Because I know, like, at one point, I think last year, I joked about how, since weird route is about breaking the game, what if it gets to the point where you're just required to do, like, wrong warp or something? Like, that's not gonna happen. There's no way that happens, but it would be funny and cool. But there's no way it's gonna happen. You got the punch card. Yeah. Yeah, my current theory, like that first one about like something like being forced to do a wrong warp, that was just more of like taking, like, breaking the game to a, like, literal extent. Like, you break the game so much that progression becomes impossible without doing glitches. Which, in a way, is kind of just an extension of, like, Weird Route softlock ending that I've seen some people throw around. You have to perform arms to continue. No! Yeah, no, Toby vetoed that, and I get it. I get why he would, like, do that right out the gate. Why don't they just do the circle instant win attack again? Are they a lore reason? Dude, that's kind of, yeah. The only difference is what's in Azrael's drawer, yeah. I am kind of curious if we'll see more, like, really minor, like, game checks changes depending on which save slot you're in. I wonder if, like, we'll see some of that. Or if it is just going to be Azrael's drawer. Yes, this run is compared to my PB. And actually, maybe. But it would, but, like, you know, there's also the whole, like, on, like, the no completion data chapter 1 save screen, Gaster comments on, like, makes different, like, comments on, like, you copying stuff to every single save file and, like, deleting all the save files, you know. I don't think it's gonna be, like, a major impact, but I feel like there's gonna at least be, like, something minor to it, you know? Also, hi, Oakley. How did you save 18 seconds of force? I missed an encounter skip in my PB. Yeah. Undertale is a meta story, but also it doesn't, like, throw curveballs at you that like, weren't ever really introduced. It messes with your expectations, but, you know. It doesn't ever, like, make shit up on the spot, basically. Bit too complex for what? Yeah. I still think this game's, like, gonna get, like, a bit out there in some ways. In terms of, like, what it does, but I don't think it's gonna, like, you know, be, like, gonna be some, like, crazy off-the-walls thing. There's foreshadowing, the first... Yeah. The worst Undertale ever does to you in terms of, like, messing with you is, like, lies via omission when it comes to, like, love and EXP. And it's more, you know, that's just, like, lying by omission. Because, you know, the game also never says that, you know, it's, like, level and experience points. You just kind of assume that. And there's even, like, a bit of, like, funny foreshadowing with it if you, like, use violent... If you, like, try to kill Napstablook, it says you lost 1 experience point, but you don't actually lose anything. Because, you know, it's execution points, not experience points. Like, that is a fun bit of, like, foreshadowing. Yeah, the thing with EXP and love is just, like, the game playing with, like, your expectations of, like, normal-ass RPG mechanics. Known troll Toby Fox. Love 2 is an acronym. I'm throwing! Again! They're calling it the biggest throw you've ever seen. Woofle D on Fraud Watch. Thrower, what do you mean throwing? But yeah, I don't know, I think some people definitely are making Deltarune to be more complicated than it actually is. Like, I don't think the game is going to be, like, as straightforward as, like, it presents itself as at times. But I don't think it's going to, like, you know, throw you for an insane curveball. I'm about to become Xenoblade lore on us. Nah, I can't wait for Jesus Christ to show up. The angel. Yeah, and I don't think, like, anything from the Spamton sweepstakes is gonna, like, be, like, required reading, and if it is, it will be also explained in the game as well. I see, like, everything from the Spamton sweepstakes is, like, both, like, teasers and also supplementary material. That gives us, like, more insight into the characters, but isn't, like, required. It's an expansion area, you don't... Yeah. If anything from, like, the new lore tidbits we got is going to actually be important for the story, it will be brought up in the game as well. Can't totally change the guy. Yeah. We have suggested the... Yeah. For the whole... Yeah. I still expect this game to, like, you know, follow, like, basic plot structures, you know? I feel like Weird Route is the only place where, like, things will probably could get a bit more esoteric. Just due to like, the nature of that route, of the route itself. So sorry to be when you sent the fucking screenshot of the giant toilet in Mother 3, I was shocked. Doing proper Deltarune homework. That means you're gonna play Live Alive, right? Live Alive is like the one of like the only pieces of like direct Deltarune inspiration that I've actually played and beaten. I'm not playing and making bad faith takes about it online. Oops. Live, live alive. I mean, I'm pretty sure in official like promotional material and trailers says Alive Alive. The trailers say Live Alive. Yeah. Anyways, Live Alive is a really good game. And there's also the Toby Fox interview with Yoko Shimomura talking about Live Alive, where he says some really interesting things regarding this game and how Live Alive inspired it. And I'm not gonna like mention what it is because it's kind of spoilers for that game. But there is a certain character comparison that makes me very intrigued. Yeah, also Megalomania. Deltarune is, yeah. And like I said, I feel like the only place where I can expect Deltarune to get more, like, esoteric, that's non-traditional with how it's structured is Weird Route. Where, you know, the point of it is breaking the game. For the silly rotund robot? Yeah! I love you, Cube. Cube Alive Alive. The Among Us chapter. It really is just Among Us. But yeah, I feel like if anybody is like doing Deltarune homework, I feel like Live Alive is mandatory. Is mandatory viewing / playing. I mean, Live Alive already has like direct Undertale, like already has like Undertale already has like a direct inspiration from Live Alive, because one of the chapters in Live Alive, you know, it's like you're playing as a ninja and you're infiltrating a place, and you have the option to play it fully pacifist. Like, the game makes a deal out of, like, keeping track of, like, how many people you've killed, and you get unique endings based on if you killed nobody, aside from, like, you know, required bosses and whatnot, or if you killed everybody. Yeah, various people in various time periods. It's one of, like, the most direct inspirations for Deltarune. As in, like, explicitly stated by Toby. And, you know, also Megalomania is in it, and that song is the reason we have Megalovania. Mother 3 is also... Yeah, I need to play Mother 3. If I'm gonna play any of the Mother games, at least Mother 3. Yo, I got the clip. Oh, 3 1 about NSO. Isn't it? Isn't it on NSO in Japan? Because it is. It is on NSO. Just, in Japan. Fuck it, I'm doing it the hard way. Hey, Mother 3, rewind it. Man. Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3! OMG, have food. OMG, hi, Martlet, I missed you. Business. And I can see business reasons. I actually can genuinely see that, especially nowadays. It's like, you know, why go through the effort of localizing not only just an entire game, but an entire RPG, just for, like, a small number of people who actually care. And also when those small number of people have just played the fan translation. The fan translation? Yeah. Yeah, which isn't happening. What? Victory. Yeah, victory. Yeah. Yeah, they actively don't take down. Yeah. I feel like they have to know about the fan translation. Reggie confirmed that. Yeah. That makes sense. Speaking of Mother 3, the fucking, the guy who made the fan translation, whose name I'm currently blanking on, you guys should go read Legends of Localization. Especially the, Undertale one. What is it? There's 3 books. It's, Undertale, Earthbound, and, Zelda 1, I think, right? Those 3? I know Earthbound and Undertale for sure. Okay, yeah. I was blanking on the name. But yeah, he wrote those. And they're, especially, like, I've only read the Undertale Legends of Localization, but it's really, really good. And interesting. Because I wasn't really in that. So, oh, I didn't know that.
About differences between the actual meaning.
Yeah. And I do know, like, Earthbound does also have a Legends of Localization book. As well. But yeah, definitely read the Undertale Legends of Localization. Like, I think that is definitely worth a read if you're an Undertale fan. Undertale fans can't read, you know what I'm... She's just always off screen so you can't see her. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. For you to get good at writing, you have to be bad at it. Exactly. Real.
Google, showing disguise balls.
Whoa!
Significantly better by just sticking to it. Yeah.
I agree, even if I don't really write that much anymore. You do kind of just have to, like, write bad shit, and then eventually you'll get better. I just don't write that much anymore. Because it's funny procrastination. Same bestie. Yeah, it does, but, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, I can write a lot in one sitting, and then I just, like, I never have the motivation ever again. Yeah. That definitely helps. That fucking Rudin trying its best. Rune Ranger trying to get me. Third time's the charm, chat. Surely. Lock in. TV here, but I don't know shit.
In fucking Jebel.
There we go. You know what, just to ensure nothing catastrophic is gonna happen, I'm gonna do safe Ruden Ranger. I went too early. Alright, we're in full fuck it we ball mode. And this chat is why you should never do safe strats and always go for the shit you know. Honestly, I can tell why I'm messing up. So my hands are really fucking tired. Because fucking Chapter 1 mashing. No, but it's okay, guys, though. That doesn't exist anymore. Just ignore manual mashing and how people still keep doing it. Because they hate themselves. The trend. Well, I mean, ours just makes HHS free. I changed comparisons because I made a disastrous error. This is worst. It's not chapter 1 without something going catastrophically wrong the moment you beat Jevil. I mean, it's either that or Birdly too. Lesbian Rune Buster. Get me out of here. And you see, this is why, for full game, this is why, you know, continuing runs like this is good. Because for full game, I'm not gonna fucking reset for 2 hours in Chapter 1 and destroy my hands. Like, if you want to do that, go ahead. Be my guest. You can do whatever the fuck you want if you're grinding runs for this, but I'm staying. I'm getting Mango on full game runs. Get out of Chapter 1 as soon as fucking possible. Yeah, especially the first runs where you have minutes. Why would like in my like first few runs of this category, why would I reset for a good Chapter 1 when like I can just save time elsewhere? Sorry for Chapter 3 and 4. Of fucking course I am.
Hell yeah.
Get me the fuck out of this chapter. I want to see the color green. I want to see the funny queen lady and hear her funny laugh. I want to see Curdly Cannon real. This new track of our TPE go out. I'll tell you, Xander, thank you for the sub. I didn't see how many months because I was jeveling, but... Oh, I need to live Chapter 3 and 4. Need to live and breathe those chapters. I am Chapter 3 and 4. I am Deltarune. And that was still a fucking 3203. Yeah. Yeah. And the Mii franchise you like is getting new stuff, so you have to live. Yeah. Deltarune. Chat, by the way, I just checked. My YouTube is at 988 subscribers. Only 12 more until 1K. Come on, guys. Go sub to my YouTube. This is gonna gain continuous. Yeah. People just see long gaps since releases and think, oh, game never being finished. Yeah. Listen, if this were like fucking like 2020 when like we hadn't really where like, you know, all we had was chapter 1. You know, all we had was it's like, you know, all we had was chapter 1. And you know, we didn't know and you know, all we knew is that the game would be out when it was finished. I could see people joking about that then. You know, 2020, 2021 before chapter 2 dropped. You know, I could see people joking about that then. But not now. We have consistent updates. I'm fucking Jubble. I'm fucking Jubble. Welcome to the ruins. Welcome to the ruins. Barmy wants to do blindfolds daily until Deltarune. Join me. Join me in the daily fights until Deltarune. On day 12. Even if I graze enough here, I'm still gonna go for the fight. Just because I'm a bit worried about money. Yay! keep up the watch people at 3 a.m. Alright, good night. That's the last I did. No one realized I was doing blindfold until I said something and then instantly ran. Yeah! Cinema. Simply just the best ever to do it. Fields. I wanna. What's the chapter 3 like main area theme? Before we gotta with all. Listen. I still remember when, like, you know, when they showed that first teaser for Chapter 2 and it ended with, Chris and Susie jumping into the closet. I immediately took that clip and then just fucking put Persona 4 music over it. Check it out, I'm chicken. Sniff, sniff, chicken. Using great enough to know about Burning Man's soul, yeah. Once again, the crossover I never expected. Chris, please stop opening dark fountains. You need to reach out to the truth. Writing? Is this fire? Lotus use like Toby. Get Wood. Get Toby on, like, making Persona music. He's already worked on Pokemon. Let him do some remixes. Yeah, Lotus Juice does have an FNF song, which, it's still wild. Like, what the fuck? Easy video game. How? How the fuck? Huh? I was for certain I accidentally messed that up. Never punished. I miss me. Sonic Mania never let. No, you don't get it though. John Sega comes to your house once you beat Sonic Mania and then like forces you to delete it from your hard drive forever. Well, this song is great. All of Deltarune music is great. I accidentally fought. Me when I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. They're calling it the biggest throw you've ever seen. I think I fought there as well. I was doing a lot of like Queen practice earlier. Thank you for the follow. I was doing a lot of Queen practice earlier. So, you know. I wasn't even practicing the Queen in this category. I was just kind of like trying to mostly just practice grazing. My man. Does mean Chris actually has 3 souls. Don't you get it? Like, there's 3 save files in the game. That means Chris has 3 souls. I am very smart. Fucking Devil's Tail. I'm fucking Jebel. I'm fucking Jebel. This Chris has 21 souls. Alright. Bum, ba-da. Exclamation mark silly. God forbid women. God forbid women do anything. Yes. Oh! Chris got hit by a car. Chris gets hit by a car theory. I know, what the fuck is this? Sure. I use this thing for the good luck, buddy. Chris gets hit by a Chris. So's. Chris gets So's. Chris gets hit by a haha. These animals are so fucking Hippo hop. Man, that wasn't terrible, Mouse 3. Alright, Noah, remember what's at stake here. You know what you have to do. Noelle? Noelle? Remember what's at stake here. Alright, that's it. I'm unfinding Des. I'm the loser dodge girl. You can't unfinder.ogg like that. I am the unfinder dodge girl. God, fucking 214, 212, 217 is devious. I feel like if that was like 1 or 2 higher, it would have gotten. Like, someone needs to run the math on that. Figure out how much HP Birdly had left. Yummy TP. Wait, 66 TP. What does this mean for the lore of Deltarune? Gaster. I'm a winged Gaster. The royal sign. Oh my god, yap, yap, yap. We aren't finding Des anymore. Oh my god, man. The Yapper. June! Mushroom! Now, how does the Mimic fit into the story of Deltarune? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Say that again? That is a good bit. Yeah, no, I get it now. I understand better. I need to quick Rossley in the next room. So why was Noah blushing after Christian? Curious. Anyways, Crystal is Yuri, and if you disagree, sorry about that. Damn it, I missed the Chris crit. Crisell is Yuri, like, Crisell is Yuri, like, I'm sorry, I don't make the rules here. Your plans have been rudely busted. Gastronoa points at Des and says, Chris, I can't believe you found her. .ogg. The OGG part is very important. You don't get it. It's vital. Man, these guys are tough. In order to beat him, I'll have to become Sonic. Unleashed. Well, that just happened. And then Gaster says, how did you find me? And Chris answers, because I have a friend inside me. Absolute cinema. Why's the writing good? That fucking image. Alright. It's been clever a few times. I'm gonna stick with, let's see. I'm feeling, it's genius, or smart. Or maybe it's intelligent. Yeah, no, locking in with intelligent. I was right the first time. I'm not gonna count that as me being right, because I locked in my answer as intelligent. Have I already peaked? Is this all downhill? Get it twisted. A Deltarune. The Deltarune is real. Oh my, the Speed Keepium? The rare Queen Stairs Speed Keep? I think that's the first time I think that's the first time I've done that. I've gotten like that speed keep. Alright. Yo, what up, Gaster? What up, my homie? Fact, Ralsei made up the Rory so you would feel bad for... Fact, Flowey made up his backstory so you would feel bad for... I disconnected from OBS. I'm still local recording at least. As long as I'm still local recording. Fortunately, I can't tell chat. So find a moment. Internet's fine. It says the internet's still up. Hey, we're in uncharted territories. Actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna end. Why is it? Oh. Message. Internet's dead. Well then. VOD heads. All 0 of you. Goodbye.